What do you think of that paddle?
Pretty impressive.
It's pretty nice. It's free. Mr. Oh, crap. Sir Swats-a-lot or Mr. Shit. I should remember who made it for me. It's been a little while since he sent any. Either way, a fan sends us these really nice handmade paddles
Nice.
that are perfect for smacking your bum with. So, if we're doing an interview and you're in that chair, our members now know you're going to do school swats on your first day, which is kind of a rock star move because usually it's 2 or 3 down before we let models or encourage models to do that scene, but you're clearly tough. You are a little broken with your butt, which is, I think it's just the climate and the dry weather. Normally I would say show us the before and show us the after. We're just going to paddle you and then we'll do the after. Alright, so the general concept here is, does school corporal punishment work? There are still somewhere between 19 and 23 states in the U.S. that they still allow school corporal punishment in public school system. It's a shit ton of paddling still. Obviously it's all in the Bible Belt. Private schools, it's actually not against the law in Colorado, it's just kind of not done anymore unless you're at some Baptist academy or something, you know what I mean? But I grew up in schools where you were given options. If you could be paddled or you could do this. And a lot of the schools in my, not in my district, but in the area, it could be mandatory. You go to the office, they're like, just bend over. It's not, I'm going to ask your parents or you get to choose. It's just part of going to that school. So, well, I don't really believe in spanking children. I think a 17, 18-year-old teenager that is given an option and corporal punishments applied in an effective but safe manner, I can't say I'm necessarily opposed to it. If it's an option, if a student can choose it, and a 17, 18-year-old girl or boy, they're kind of grown enough to know if they want to be spanked or not at school. But what I want to figure out, since you did not grow up in the South and have never been paddled at school, I want to test the theory of effectiveness of the school paddling. So, typical school paddling at schools, most schools max between 3 and 5, and that is all that's allowed. There are some districts that you could get sentenced to more, but you can only have 3 in a day. There's a couple of schools I read about, you could get 9 swats and have to do 3 in a row, 3 days in a row. Imagine every morning getting up with your sore butt and knowing before class you're going to get paddled again. It's an interesting concept. We're not doing that because you're not coming back tomorrow or the next day. We're going to do them all in one day. So because you're older and like to be spanked, not older, you're older than a high school student is what I mean, and like to be spanked, our standard is 10 swats over jeans, but I want you to put yourself in the mindset. You're an 18-year-old high school senior, you're a couple months out from graduation, you get caught smoking. Campus is now, not just is there no smoking allowed, but this is a smoke-free zone. By smoking on campus, you're actually breaking the law. So kind of serious offense, even though it's just a cigarette in the bathroom. Maximum punishment here at my school, 10 swats. The whole concept is I need you to tell me when we're done, for real, how you are now, even as a spanko. Would this stop you from smoking at school? Or would you be like, holy shit, this is the first thing that's actually feeding my spanking fantasies? Or would it be dependent on the person that was doing it? You know, if it's the big, fat, ugly, truck driver looking principal versus kind of the young, svelte, new, hot principal? Are these influences and factors? But the main thing, does this hurt enough to make you stop? Having been in domestic discipline type relationships, paddle over jeans, was it something that occurred very often, or was you?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and
Actually, I had to quit smoking. That was kind of how it happened.
I see. Well, then this seems totally relevant. And then when you survive the whole experience, we'll let you sign the paddle. And you can join, literally these paddles are like the who's who of spanking models of the entire world. I think when I retire, I'll probably put them on eBay and see what happens. I bet I'll get some bids.
I bet you will.
Because there's probably 300 names on those paddles, and they really are the who's who. Everyone that you probably know in the spanking industry, they're on there. At least the girls. All right, what do you say? You want to paddle your bum?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hop up. Turn around.